is day 8. This is our final day in Kyoto. A little bit rainy today, not a problem. We're about to get on the bus at our station. Where's our station? What's this place?
Tatata Station.
Tatata Station. And we're going to Kyoto Station to eat breakfast. Breakfast today, Mr. Donut.
Mr. Donut. You got a problem with that?
We are at the Kyoto Imperial Palace. This thing was built around 750. It was mainly used in the Edo period. So it had like 250 years of the Edo period. And it was used by all the emperors up until the Taisho period, and which went to the Meiji period. Now I keep saying these periods and you're probably confused. Meiji period is when Japan started becoming, I don't know what you want to call it, Europeanized, Americanized. It's when the black ships came in and they decided, hey, we want to be a modern imperial power. Now, my own opinion, that was actually our screw up. We made them an imperial power. England did too, and then they became an imperial power, and the rest is history, World War II. They were in this palace before that. Let me see. And this is the palace. Service message.
If you go to Japan, bring some sort of washcloth or hand towel or handkerchief, and bring hand sanitizer, because a good portion of their public restrooms in parks and other places don't have any soap dispensers and don't have any hand dryers or towels.
Basically, I know Japanese history quite well, mainly because I focused on it when I was a kid, mainly World War II, but I know pretty much everything from the black ships, which would have been like the 1860s, all the way up to when Godzilla first attacked. And I'm making a joke about that, but basically all the way up until about the 1960s, and even a little bit the 70s and 80s Japan, because I lived then. Now, Katie, what do you know?
I mostly know stuff about the Bakumatsu period, the Warring States era, and a little bit about the Genpei Wars, which predates the Warring States era.
And so basically,
And folklore.
and we know a little bit about the Meiji and the Taisho from what show?
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. So a lot of Katie learned her history of Japan through anime. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's the symbol again. Oh,
Where?
mountain.
Oh.
I think they do multiple mountains. So just like the other day, that's the symbol for fire burned into the side of the mountain. They do it during Obon. I don't know why they do it during Obon.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
And insert it here. Right, we'll put it right here. Now the entrances are blocked, so we can't actually go into the palace. Just the palace grounds. All right, where are we at?
We are at Nijo Castle. It is, or was, the residence of Tokugawa Ieyasu.
Who allied with Nobunaga.
Yes, he formed the Tokugawa Shogunate. Oda Nobunaga, in simple terms, was like the Caesar of Japan. He had this ambition to unite the entire country and basically take over with the emperor as like a little puppet person. And he never actually got to fulfill his dreams because he got stabbed in the back by a close ally, and then had a bunch of little fights afterwards between his two retainers, and then eventually Ieyasu won.
And Ieyasu, the guy who's in this castle, ended up, basically, he wasn't the first shogun, but kind of sort of was the first shogun. There were shoguns before this, but they really didn't have the power that Nobunaga wanted to, to unite the whole nation. And the entrance to the castle. What is this? What's this tower?
That's the Southeast Watchtower.
Southeast Watchtower. And you got the wall here. Notice the wall on the outside is straight down into the moat. On this side it's ramped up, so now I know it's modern and you're not defending it anymore, but back then you could have had steps where the archers and musketeers would have stayed. That was the one big thing about Nobunaga. Even though he didn't introduce guns into the fight, he did learn how to do them better. Especially The famous one, Sekigahara?
Sekigahara was the final battle. I don't think he was involved in that one.
Yeah, but that was one where guns played a major factor.
No, he was...
All right, to go in there, you had to take off your shoes and then walk around. No cameras were allowed at all. Now, here's some neat things about what is in there. Several of the rooms have full mannequins dressed in the samurai and daimyo and shogun clothing, just sitting there having ceremonies. But what was really interesting, I think the most interesting thing about this was the floors. As you walk through, they're squeaking, and it's all constant squeaking. It's the way the floor is built. And Katie was telling me that was on purpose, so that anybody trying to, like the ninjas, and ninjas were actually a real thing, but any assassins or anybody trying to sneak in and take out the shogun, there's no way you could come in. There's no way you'd be able to sneak in because of all the squeaking floors. This is rebuilt. The other one burned down in 1945. My bad. Right here, this is the Yaguroman, and it's the inner keep. In other words, what happens is if it's defended and all of a sudden they are able to bust through that area, they run in here. This bridge does collapse. Now this one probably doesn't because it's a little bit more modern, but the one back then was basically a drawbridge. And then you have the copper plate doors, which are bulletproof for the bullets at the time, of course lead balls and such like that. And then of course you've got this seriously wide moat, so it is effective because the only way you could get in here is go across this narrow bridge, this one defensive point. We're on top of the keep tower. It's one of the few remaining ones there is. But this is the 360 view from the keep tower. So defendable ground. You can see right here, anybody trying to come across the rear bridge is under basically a flanking fire. So very defendable.
Many hours later.
We're now going up a hill and we're moving pretty quick because Katie wants to get there so we can actually enjoy the sight for a little while. It is, where are we going? What's the name of it?
Kiyomizu-dera.
And it's a temple. So up we go. I went 1 mile uphill, and we're talking a pretty decent slant. It was like this the entire way. And this is what we come to. This is the temple that I still can't pronounce. Say it again.
Kiyomizu-dera.
Kiyomizu-dera. And we're gonna go check it out. Anyway, we're ending the day in the Kyoto main railway station, and we're eating dinner at one of the railway station places. It's all underground, just like Tokyo. There's a massive underground network of stores and restaurants and everything else. It's all hidden. And we're eating at tonkatsu, which specializes in fried foods, pork, shrimp, things like that. And then we go home. We just ate, but this is a follow-up about the vending machine world. Almost everything is vending machines. So when you go into a restaurant, you just don't go in and sit down. Out here, you punch in what you want, and then you take a ticket, and then they go in and give you your food. Almost everything in this Japanese world is vending machines.
Or no contact. Like the place we just ate at, they had the digital screen where you ordered.
Yeah, but still, there's no contact at all. They don't like getting near each other.